My name is Wenbo Xu, so I'm the director of the molecular diagnostic lab in True Health Diagnostics in Virginia. True Health is a third-party commercial lab doing overall the clinical diagnosis, including the cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and then right now we're doing the women health related to the molecular diagnosis. The next-gen sequencing, the challenge for those is really how you have a simple way to prepare the library, right? So, and also the challenge for this, the next-gen sequencing platform is that we have SNV and the CNV. That's most challenging for most of the lab, and also the bioinformatics pipeline. We are a clinical lab, right? What we need to find is the variation, which is pathogenic, right? So part of the majority of the pathogenic come from SNV, and also a pretty good part of that are from the CNV. So second structural change. The CNV change because the next-gen sequencing data is the limitation of the rate. Now it's not very long, right? And the coverage, especially the duplication and the sequence artifact, right? Those challenging it's very difficult to call the CNV using the next-gen sequencing. Basically, I use the QIAseq. First of all, that use the molecular barcode. Molecular index, right? You can distinguish the sequence artifact, the PCR sequence artifact with the real variations. And second, most importantly, you can have a unique the sequence. You know the unique what the unique sequence is, not from the duplication. So that way, can help do the analyze for the CNV call. So that's because of this. I think the CNV call is quite reliable. We validated in our lab. So I think we already use like more than 500 cases that call that we have pretty good, confirmation that consistent. Because the QIAseq, the primal design can specifically design the specific area, can specifically amplify the real gene instead of the pseudogene. And so that part, I think, is much, much better than the capsule-based. So we can distinguish with this sequences really come from the real gene or the pseudogene. So that part, we had some cases that's help us to solve that. Also, of course, we have also integrated our bioinformatics program to distinguish that. So that's a beautiful part. QIAGEN is very helpful and willing to work with any single lab there too. So I have all the instruments, most of them from the QIAGEN. So I have had a very good experience with them. That's why all these years, 10 years, I work in more than 4 different labs. Most of the instruments, I would always come think about the QIAGEN. I think the QIAseq, the new version, which is version 3, it's a dramatically improved compared to version 2. It's just a revolutionary change.
QIAGEN.
Sample to insight.